Welcome back to another episode of Out Loud Geek, where we discuss news and views about pop culture, science fiction, fantasy, food, cooking, the outdoors, and more. During the 16th weekend of 2025 that ended on April 20th, one new movie made it into this weekend's top 5 movies at the domestic box office. And their cumulative total earnings for the weekend fell by 9.47% to $116.2 million, as compared with last weekend's adjusted cumulative total of $128.4 million. So this was the third consecutive weekend that the top 5 cumulative domestic box office total was above $100 million, making it another very good weekend for domestic movie theaters. But before proceeding, if you're enjoying this video, please consider pressing the like button, and if you'd like to see more of my content, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. And I want to convey my deepest thanks and appreciation to everyone who has subscribed. This weekend's top 5 movies at the domestic box office included the following. Opening at number 1 was Warner Bros. And Proximity Media's horror movie entitled Sinners. Falling to number 2 was Legendary Pictures, Warner Bros., Vertigo Entertainment's, Domain Entertainment's, and 2 other studios' video game-based adventure movie entitled A Minecraft Movie, starring Jason Momoa and Jack Black. Falling to number 3 was Mofak Animations and Angel Studios' faith-based animated movie entitled The King of Kings. Falling to number 4 was 20th Century Studios' Hutch Parker's and Joel B. Michaels' moderately budgeted suspense thriller entitled The Amateur. And falling to number 5 was A24's war-based drama entitled Warfare. Sinners opened by earning $45.6 million domestically and $15.4 million internationally for a global gross opening weekend box office total of $61 million. A Minecraft movie earned another $41.3 million during the weekend and $24.5 million during the week domestically, $106.6 million internationally, and $172.4 million globally to bring its current domestic, international, and global gross box office totals up to $344.6 million, $376.2 million, and $720.8 million, respectively. The King of Kings earned another $17.3 million domestically, $518,000 internationally, and $26.5 million globally to bring its current domestic, international, and global gross box office totals up to $45.3 million, $518,000, and $45.9 million, respectively. The Amateur earned another $7.2 million domestically, $19.8 million internationally, and $32.1 million globally to bring its current domestic, international, and global gross box office totals up to $27.3 million, $37 million, and $64.3 million, respectively. Warfare earned another $4.9 million domestically, $97,000 internationally, and $8.9 million globally to bring its current domestic, international, and global gross box office totals up to $17.1 million, $97,000, and $17.2 million, respectively. That brings us to several other movies that I am continuing to track but are no longer in or never were in the top 5, and they include the following. Falling to number 10 was Disney's modernized live-action remake of its 1937 classic Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, entitled Snow White, starring Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot. Falling to number 20 was Disney's and Marvel Studios' newest MCU movie entitled Captain America: Brave New World, starring Anthony Mackie and Harrison Ford. Snow White earned another $1.2 million during the weekend and $1.4 million during the week domestically, $641,000 internationally, and $3.2 million globally to bring its current domestic, international, and global gross box office totals up to $84.6 million, $100.3 million, and $184.9 million, respectively. Captain America: Brave New World earned another $101,000 during the weekend and $143,000 during the week domestically, $726,000 internationally, and $970,000 globally to bring its current domestic, international, and global gross box office totals up to $200.1 million, $214.3 million, and $414.4 million, respectively. Now, to know whether these movies are going to break even or not, as well as how much money they might be losing, we need to estimate their break-even points. When a movie's marketing budget is known, we can add it to the movie's production budget and then multiply the sum by 2. Otherwise, we can multiply the production budget by 2.5 for a single mid-range estimated break-even point, or by both 2.5 and 3.0 for a broader estimated break-even point range. Both methods account for the 50% of gross box office ticket sales that movie theaters keep for themselves. For a Minecraft movie with its reported production budget of $150 million, that yields an estimated break-even point range of $375 million to $450 million. For Snow White, with its reported production budget of $213.9 million, as reported by Forbes, that yields an estimated break-even point range of $534.8 million to $641.7 million. For Captain America Brave New World, with its production budget of around $362.5 million, as reported by World of Real and not the $180 million that Disney has clearly falsely reported because they don't want their shareholders knowing how much the movie is losing, that yields an estimated break-even point range of around $906.3 million to $1,087.5 million. So in this video, I am no longer projecting or never have projected what the final domestic or global gross box office earnings might be for the movies Snow White or Captain America Brave New World, because their expected future earnings are either currently too small, possibly non-existent, or going unreported, or their projected earnings aren't much higher than their current earnings. For Snow White, with an estimated break-even point range of $534.8 million to $641.7 million, the movie is a flop and currently stands to lose somewhere on the order of $349.8 million to $456.8 million in global gross box office revenue, which, when divided by 2 to account for the 50% of gross box office ticket sales that movie theaters keep for themselves, means that Disney currently stands to lose somewhere on the order of $174.9 million to $228.4 million. For Captain America Brave New World, with the movie's estimated break-even point range of $906.3 million to $1,087.5 million, the movie is a flop and currently stands to lose somewhere on the order of $491.8 million to $673.1 million in global gross box office revenue, which, when divided by 2 to account for the 50% of gross box office ticket sales that movie theaters keep for themselves, means that Disney and Marvel Studios currently stand to lose around $245.9 million to $336.5 million. And that now brings us to the movies whose final domestic and global gross box office revenues I am currently projecting, which includes a Minecraft movie. For a Minecraft movie using a range of possible average weekly drops from 30 to 40%, I can project that the final domestic box office earnings for the movie may range from $443.2 million at the low end, $466.6 million at the mid-range, and $497.3 million at the upper end, which is lower than last week's projection. Then by using the movie's current domestic share of 47.81%, which is lower than last week, I can project that the final global gross box office earnings for the movie may range from $927.1 million at the low end, $975.9 million at the mid-range, and $1,040.3 million at the upper end, which is more narrow than last week's projection. And the movie has already made bank. So to recap, Snow White and Captain America Brave New World are box office flops, while a Minecraft movie has already made bank. Please let me know in the comments below what you thought of this video and whether you have or are planning to see any of the movies that I talked about. Thanks for watching today, and a huge thanks to each and every one of you who has subscribed to support this channel. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, X, and Blue Sky by clicking on the links in the description. Until next time, this is Out Loud Geek.